What is going on, my friends? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show here on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. Look, we have a great show in store for you this evening. A lot to impact, a lot to discuss. I hope you all are having an awesome day. Again, I am your guy, your homie, your friend, Arrington Gavin. This is the show we discuss trending news and thought-provoking topics from the fields of politics, sports, pop culture, and all of the above. Again, if you are happening to be listening in your cars at the moment, thank you so much for supporting WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. Also, you can listen in online at wdjyfm.com to this program and all podcasts and digital and streaming platforms. If you prefer to get more visuals of this program, do me a favor, subscribe to my YouTube channel, R Smooth Club Media. That's right, the letter R and then Smooth Club Media, as well as Rumble at the Arrington Gavin Show. So multiple ways you can watch this program. Also follow us on Instagram at the Arrington Gavin Show. We have a lot of great content on there. I also have some lives that I do on breaking discussions. I did one recent, obviously, that we've had with the recent dropout, the recent exit of President Joe Biden dropping out of the 2024 race, presidential race. So I had put my 2 cents on the response for that, and just ongoing whatever comes off the dome, or whatever again is such a historic moment like what President Biden had done recently. Yes, we speak on it. We speak on it live. I have some exclusive interviews with some folks as well. Interviews that I can't get the moment to do on air, but as we know, look, the show must go on. I could be anywhere, and just so much stuff will occur. So again, a lot has happened in these past weeks. We've obviously seen and I'll go a little later on more on the political scene, but we've seen in our history a candidate, sitting president right now, Joe Biden, dropped out of the presidential race, endorsing Kamala Harris, current VP, who is killing it right now with the endorsements as well as money. Within that first 5 hours, she raised $27.5 million. That it had in the first 2 days, I think it was 81 million. I know it's well over 100 million. I was actually not too long ago, I was on a call where a group of men, and it was hosted by iconic journalist, one of my mentors, Roland Martin of Roland Martin Unfiltered, and also founder of the Black Star Network, along with CNN contributor, former Congressman Bakari Sellers, and I'm forgetting the other gentleman that was co-hosting the event. But there were so many messages, so many speakers. You had Governor Wes Moore out of Maryland. You had U.S. Senator Raphael Warnock. You had Will Packard, the famous Hollywood producer Will Packard. You had, so many people that worked under the Obama administration. You had Bakari Sellers, obviously. You had Roland Martin speak his mind. There were so many people, and honestly, within that short span, they had raised well over $1 million. And it's really, I kid you not, this moment in our time right now, I feel as though it's a little small gnat over here in my way. I feel as though this is the same momentum, the same feeling as when President Barack Obama was running for then U.S. Senator, Junior Senator Barack Obama was running for president of the United States. It's that momentum, because here's the thing. It's just this: you have a chance to witness the first ever female president in our lifetime. The first female president. She's already was elected the first. She was the first female VP, I believe, first African American VP as well, first Indian American VP. Now she has a chance to become the first African American, excuse me, the first president of the United States, African American female, as well as Indian American president elected. So big deal. It's a big thing, but I'm gonna come back to that a little later on. But before I go further on in the program, I always have to acknowledge our proud supporters and the people that help pay the bills out here on this show, like Ingenious Gin. Ingenious Gin is a Black-owned, veteran-owned spirit. It is so smooth for all you gin explorers and gin connoisseurs. I highly recommend to add Ingenious Gin to your collection. For more information, you can go to their website, www.ingeniousgin.com, or check them out. Located in any of your local spirit stores or ABC stores. I'm telling you, Ingenious Gin is the way to go. Look, I am a bourbon and whiskey guy. So for a bourbon and whiskey guy to recommend a gin, come on now, that's saying something. And it's so smooth. Like I said, I've never been a gin person per se, but this right here, when I tried, I'm like, whoa, you're making a believer out of me. So shout out to my good friends, Reggie and Lawrence. They're veterans. We support veterans here on this program, here on the Arrington Gavin Show. So I highly recommend to check out Ingenious Gin. Make sure to drink responsibly. Also, I would like to acknowledge Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Rugged Evolution Beard Care, an all-natural men's grooming line, skin and facial hair care line with 17 scented beard balms, beard oils, conditioning shampoos. You name it, they have what you need to be well taken care of from head to toe, especially when it comes to your facial hair care maintenance. They have been featured in Essence Magazine in 2018 for their holiday gift guide on their digital and online, digital and print magazine. And they've been acknowledged and had been they have been recognized by so many top tier publications. And like I said, I am a client. It's awesome. This was keeps my beard looking sharp 24/7. So for more information about Rugged Evolution Beard Care, visit their website at www.ruggedevo.com. That's right, ruggedevo.com. You can also follow them on all their social media platforms, Rugged Evo. And remember their slogan, rugged is the new smooth. Look, when we come back after this commercial break, we're going to start off with our first story of the show. So don't go anywhere, my friends. We'll be back with more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Don't change that dial. All right, shout out to the Dapper Luke Collection. That's right, the Dapper Luke Collection, and another veteran-owned company, Luke Haskett, better known as Dapper Luke. He's one of the sharpest individuals I know. He actually is the creator behind my awesome suit that I wore at my wedding. Customized. I have a few custom pieces from him. Dapper Luke Collection for men and women. He keeps you swagged out from head to toe. I'm telling you, this is an awesome clothier. Visit his website at dapperlukecollection.com, or you can check out his store locations, one located in Virginia Beach, Virginia, or in Baltimore, Maryland. Appointment only. I'm telling you, he gives you that great one-on-one experience. Great fabrics. It's awesome. I'm telling you, great patterns. He has everything you need to help beef up the wardrobe, whether it's formal or business casual. Make sure you contact Dapper Luke. All right, y'all. So look, on our first story, I don't know if y'all have heard about this, but the newly crowned Miss Kansas went viral recently when she opened up about her toxic relationship, not private, but public, on stage before being crowned Miss Kansas. So let me go ahead and find this soundbite for you. And she opened it up all. I mean, she put it all on the stage, literally. Here we go. There we go. Here it is, right here.
Off the top, Alexis, what will be your vision as the next brand ambassador for the Miss Kansas organization?
My vision as the next Miss Kansas: unhealthy and abusive relationships. Matter of fact, some of you out in this audience saw me very emotional because my abuser is here today. But that's not going to stop me from being on this Miss Kansas stage and from representing as the next Miss Kansas. Because I and my community deserve healthy relationships. We deserve a domestic-free life. Thank you.
Thank you. Off the top, Alexis.
I mean, wow. Wow. I know that guy he feels extremely small, as he should. But for one, I just want to say, go ahead, Alexis. And for a person that used her platform for a great cause. I mean, this is what really being crowned, miss any state, really, because you're representing the state and what their true meaning is. And the awesome thing about this story is for one, you rarely see public figures expose or express their personal trauma, right? They rarely confess it or they speak about it out in the public eye, especially pageant queens, right? Because you start looking back at history, and a lot of them, they suffer through depression because throughout their childhood life, they're like, okay, I have to look this certain way. I have to weigh this certain type. I have to look a certain way when it comes to my makeup, my hair. I have to talk like this. Like talk about a lot of pressure, right? A lot of pressure. And for this individual, Alexis Smith is her name. Excuse me, Alexis Smith. I apologize. Alexis Smith. She is a true warrior. This article right here, reported by NBC News. Give me a second as I pull it up. It says here, Alex Smith was crowned Miss Kansas last month, but a clip, obviously, I just played the soundbite for you. It says here, Smith won Miss Kansas pageant, and she and the organization posted the moment Smith revealed that her alleged abuser was in the audience on multiple platforms. Look, again, that was the perfect timing to say, hey, look, my abuser is right here. My abuser is right here. And she knew she was in a safe place. She's like, try to act all big now, sir. Because that's what they do. Abusers are cowards. You hear me? They're cowards. They don't do that stuff in the public eye. They do it behind closed doors, especially when they feel like that individual doesn't have any support, right? So it is truly an amazing story. As I continue with this, it says the pageant interview had just asked Smith how she would use her role as a brand ambassador if she won. Trying to fix this graphic. Give me 1 second, y'all. There we go. And she said her vision was to eliminate unhealthy and abusive relationships. Matter of fact, she said, some of you out in this audience saw me very emotional because my abuser is here today. But that's not going to stop me from being on the Miss Kansas, and from representing as the next Miss Kansas, because I and my community deserves healthy relationships. Let's see here. Says here, Smith did not identify her abuser in her answer or in her subsequent post. The clip has been circulated on TikTok, X, and Instagram in recent days by both Smith and her page and her official page and the Miss Kansas social media operation. Says here, commenters across social media platforms express gratitude for Mrs. Smith's decision to speak up such a difficult topic. Says here, you just stood up for all women. Thank you. I mean, think about it. We're still in the moment of witnessing one of the biggest media moguls in hip hop fall from grace. And I don't have to repeat his name, but we all know who that individual was. There was a viral video of him running half naked in a hotel hallway, abusing his then girlfriend at the time. How many times have we seen moments of women getting abused? So this was extremely important. And on top of that, you're talking about women empowerment. We're living in a time where we could, as I mentioned earlier during the show, could see the first and witness the first ever Madam President, female president of the United States. So the timing couldn't be any better. Says here, as a survivor, this moved me. Thank you for using. I'm just reading some more comments. As a survivor, this really moved me. Thank you for using your voice. You just gave strength to many you'll never meet. Another person wrote on TikTok. Smith wrote on Instagram that she spoke up to use her platform and live in her vision for a better world. I took back my power, not just for myself, but for my dreams and everyone watching and listening. This isn't about shunning others. It's about turning our pain into purpose, channeling it in a way that unifies and uplifts. Once again, I want to say, you go, Alex. Congratulations, Miss Kansas. I hope to speak with you very soon. I hope to have you on this program. I also would like to call out this number for those, if you happen to be going through any abuse, any form of domestic violence in your household, please seek help. That number is 800-799-7233. Again, that is the National Domestic Violence Hotline, and that number is 800-799-7233. If you have a friend that happens to be going through this, if you happen to have a family member, if it's you personally, please seek assistance. Don't keep it to yourself. Seek help. If you have a support system because it is difficult. It's difficult. I've never personally known anybody that has been abused, but you hear so many traumatic stories. You see it in films and books and viral moments, on social media, and you in your head, you're like, wow, this can't be real. This can't be real. But what you can do is be a warrior, help this individual out. Obviously, Miss Kansas, Alexis Smith, she is an advocate, is a true hero for acknowledging that on a huge platform, on a huge stage that's watched in front of millions and millions of people. Again, I just hope to use this platform. If you happen to be listening here on the Arrington Gavin Show, look, the National Domestic Violence Hotline, I will repeat one more time, 800-799-7233. I'll also put this in our in the comment section if you're watching this video and all that good stuff. So look, we're going to take a quick commercial break, my friends. When we come back, we'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. If you happen to be tuning in now, look, the Arrington Gavin Show coming to you here on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk Atlanta. Y'all make some noise. Make some noise. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin program.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show here on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. Thank you so much for staying with us here on this evening. Look, another story I want to bring up in the pop culture Hollywood world. Actress Drea De Matteo. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. If you are having a hard time recalling who this individual is, she was the star on the hit, one of my favorite, probably my most favorite TV show of all times, The Sopranos. She played the girlfriend of Tony Soprano's nephew. She let's see, what was her give me 1 second, let me get the name. Now I said this is my favorite show, but you'll think I know everyone's names by their characters. Let's see here. Adriana La Serva. She played Christopher. She played Christopher's girlfriend on The Sopranos. She's been in the news back and forth here and there. You know, people were like, okay, whatever happened, you know, almost like, where are they now? And it had been said that she has been she had an OnlyFans page, and that's what made ends meet. She's been speaking proudly about having that, making money off of that. She's also been speaking on the political standpoint. She said, hey, look, there's a lot of people in Hollywood behind closed doors that are Trump supporters. Don't get it twisted. Don't think Hollywood is full of, diehard liberals that vote only Democrat. No, you have a lot of conservatives there too. So I'm pretty sure she was saying she happens to be one of them. So anyway, I bring this up because story says here she reveals her 13-year-old son edits her OnlyFans. Okay, can I just say yuck? Okay, can I just say yuck? I'll read this article. This is reported by USA Today. The Soprano star Drea De Matteo says teen son helps her edits OnlyFans contents. Now, she says as the mother, she keeps it real. The Soprano star, who recently joined the content platform, opened up about her teen childhood involvement in her work while appearing on the Not Today Pal podcast early this month. She shares son, 13 years old, and her daughter, who's 16, with musician Shooter Jennings, while reviewing her OnlyFans content with host and former Sopranos co-star Robert. Man, you know what? These names, I'm gonna just go first name based right now. Robert and Jamie Lynn Singler. Says here, Drea Matteo briefly apologized to her children who were not on camera for the risque conversations. Before you start, your son was outside saying he edits OnlyFans photos. She replied, "Oh yeah, he likes. So, what do you want me to do with the bikini line here?" Ugh. That is just no. Look, I am no parent. I happen to have a dog. That is my child at the moment. Okay. I'm an uncle. I have 2 nieces and a nephew who are awesome, extremely smart, have a bright future ahead, better than their uncle. I'll be damned if if I had an OnlyFans, I'd be like, hey, y'all mind editing these photos? No. And now here's the thing. So OnlyFans content is not all the time risque stuff. That's been said from the CEO and president of OnlyFans. I remember you have comedians, you have fitness instructors that has OnlyFans page because it's all about exclusive content, right? There's so many platforms that you have exclusive content, meaning you have to pay in order to or subscription based, excuse me, it's subscription based exclusive content, meaning you have to pay a subscription in order to check it out, which hey, that money helps keep the lights on running for for these creators. But OnlyFans, their prime money generating products per se, right? Their prime money generators is raunchy content, is content showing the bodies, right? Is content is content just sexualizing individuals. That's literally what it is. It's adult content. There, I said it. I was trying to figure out the word. It's adult content is their bread and butter. I don't know if y'all remember a while back, OnlyFans said they're gonna be ending all like adult and content, and so many people had protests, and they OnlyFans had dropped. I mean, their sales plummeted, and then they kind of came back and said, wait, we didn't say we were gonna get rid of it. We were just testing it out. It was in conversation. They realized that's their bread and butter. So I bring the story up, y'all, because I felt like it's extremely weird. No 13-year-old, no 13-year-old should see his mother in any I don't know. That's just me. If I'm wrong, please leave a comment on this video, or DM me at the Arrington Gavin show. I'm curious of what's your thoughts on this. It's just flat out weird for me. It really is, like, just in my mind. For one, the headline already speaks for itself, but it's just weird. It says here her OnlyFans content ranges from NSFW photos to collaborations with other women. Spoke about the importance of her children's approval before releasing her work. She says, I do go over. First of all, you're the parent. They don't have a saying on what you do and what you don't. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just me personally. I think it's cute, it's sweet that you consider them first, but you do ask them, you make them feel like, okay, let me get their opinion on it. But realistically, you're like, look, I make the rules around here. I'm the superior. Don't make it seem like, okay, if they said don't do it, then, because the way she's talking, she's like, oh, I need to make ends meet. I need to make something. I wasn't getting any business. This was I had to do this. So if they said no, would you still would have pursued it? Exactly. That's what I thought too. Crickets. Let's see here. It says I do go over that with them before I ever put them out. I was like, are you okay with this? Because it's like, if I were to do it in a movie, because I would make out with girls in movies all day long before I'd even make out with boys. Okay, obviously I said best known for a role in The Sopranos. She launched her OnlyFans page in August of 2023. She currently has over 157,000 thousand likes on her subscription service. In an interview with Fox News, September 2023, she revealed that opened up about why she began posting on OnlyFans. She's had to figure out it's okay. So everybody's in their underwear and being sexy on Instagram. And I don't do that, but I can do that and get paid for it. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. You know, it's funny. She really acts like her role on The Sopranos, because she was kind of that person on The Sopranos. It says here she was forced to switch careers and figure things out because my own industry thinks I'm a savage, referring to her stance against COVID-19 vaccination mandates. Okay, so because she was against vaccine mandates, she totally couldn't get any business in Hollywood. She decided to show a little booty. All right. She started to just make money off the body. All right. Give me a break. Like that, to me, I feel like this. I have a hard time believing that was her only avenue, her only option. That's just me personally, because look, there's a lot of people that had a anti stance on the vaccine. Yeah, they probably wasn't as needed in some lines of work, but guess what? There were other avenues that were given them that they could make money in, right? There were other film industries that said, no worries, you come on this side. Trust me, I always get annoyed with that. Anyway, let me continue this. It says OnlyFans helped her pay what is it? The actress says OnlyFans helped her pay mortgage loan and on foreclosed home. Whoever wrote this article, he's struggling. Says here she shared that her children encouraged her to join the Only content platform. This is so weird. The more I read this, man, this is the weirdest thing, that my kids were the ones that were like, do it. She said one kid will edit the pictures too, because they want certain things that we haven't been able to do. I used to have a lot of money, and then all of a sudden I went from being allowed to work to never being allowed to work again. Yeah, that's just it's weird. It's weird. It's starting to really gross me out now. I mean, not starting to, it just the more I read it, it kind of sickens me. What's your thoughts on this, guys? What is your thoughts on this? Please shoot me a contact on Instagram at the Arrington Gavin Show, or leave a comment if you're watching this either on YouTube or on Rumble. Please leave a comment. What do you think? Look, she's a great actress. I'm not taking that away from her. The last project I believe she was in was a recent crime like cop show that had starred Jennifer Lopez and Ray Liotta. That was the most recent. That was probably maybe 4-ish years ago. That was the last thing I had saw her in. But again, this to me is just weird. I think this is also brings the conversation of, and again, I'm not trying to tell a parent how to do their job, but I think we're living in a world now, and I hear this a lot. Well, I hear this a lot in conversations from parents, from either grandparents or parents right now. Like, you can't always, the relationship between a parent and a child is kind of going off the rails. Like, you can't always just say, okay, I'm just their best friend, and that's all I am to them. I'm not their parent, I'm their best friend. No, you have to have some form of superiority. I'm above you. I'm the parent here, and some days you're gonna hate me, some days you're gonna love me. That's just the role. But this, as far as being, you're being a little too open. All right, you're being a little too open, literally. So that's a bit odd. That's too much. But I will digress in this conversation and move on to another story of the show. Let's see. We're gonna move it on to sports right now. So boxer Jake Paul, one of the Paul brothers. He's the youngest, I think, out of the two. Logan Paul, another boxer, successful YouTubers, multi-million-dollar enterprise that they've made off off of YouTube. Logan is now on I think he's now on the WWE. He's like he's a great wrestler, might I ask. He really is a great wrestler, and he looks like he's been doing it for years. Recently his brother Jake Paul, who is like on a winning streak as a professional boxer. I'm still very biased. I personally don't think he's fought anybody to be called a true boxer. Yeah, he boxes, he practices, he spars, he has a pro card, but he fights guys that has not had a pro boxing match in decades. He fights mainly under out of shape MMA fighters. He's always, it's never like a weight matched event, like a fight. It's never like okay, we weigh the exact same. No, it's either he weighs more, the other person weighs less, I'm taller, they're small. Like, it's just, it doesn't make sense. He fought Anderson Silva in a boxing match. Anderson Silva hasn't fought like a boxing match in decades, nor has he fought in the MMA. Recently he fought a gentleman by the name of Mike Perry. Mike Perry is a bare knuckle champion fighter. I was surprised because he is a he's a great fighter. Bare knuckles, they're tough as nails, man. That's a sport. I don't know how you couldn't pay me anything to do bare knuckle. Couldn't do it. But it was also a huge size disadvantage too. But it says here, boxer Jake Paul worked harder than he expected, despite dispatch Mike Perry recently. But 6 rounds of battering the bare knuckle fighting champion fighter was enough to give Paul a TKO victory. Sometimes I think they kind of pay under the table. That's just me. But it gave Paul yet another moment in his favorite space, everyone's attention, to return to his original 2024 summer mission, fighting 58-year-old heavyweight Mike Tyson. Now, Mike Tyson hasn't fought in years either. They were supposed to be having a fight live on Netflix soon, but a health issue had occurred for Mike Tyson. They ended up postponing that fight, and that fight will be happening November 15th on Netflix. Says here, he quoted, "Mike, I love you, but this is my sport now." You've got to be kidding me. See, and this is what I can't stand when people defend, like, no, he's a boxer now. Look, he's so arrogant. He's just an arrogant individual. Heck of an athlete. I gotta give that to him. They're hell of athletes, but they're just arrogant. So it says that this is my sport now. You're a legend. You're one of the 2 most famous boxers to ever live. You and Muhammad Ali. It's an honor to get in the ring with you. I'm so honored. You're a legend, but I'm going to take your throne, brother. I mean, hey, he's a showman. He knows how to keep that money flowing. He wants to get the publicity, the excitement, all the hype. But I'll just be honest, man. November 15th is happening at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Okay, shout out Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. You know how to make your money. I think people, depending on the reaction of because that's election month, November 5th, before that, you got going to be electing your next president. So it's an interesting month they're having it in. It is happening, as I mentioned, Saturday, the original date for the Paul Tyson showdown. But Tyson had an ulcer led to doctors recommending in May that Tyson delayed the fight. So it's now set for November 15th in Texas, and it will be streamed to only Netflix subscribers. Recently, they showed Mike Tyson training, man. Tyson, for 58 years old, man, he's still a monster. I'll just put it at that. Now, stamina might be a little difficult. He hasn't fought he's fighting a young guy that's not even 30 yet. So it will be interesting. Young strength compared to old man strength, 2 different types of strength, but it's Iron Mike Tyson. Iron Mike Tyson. Tyson looking in great shape. I think it'll be an interesting fight, but I wish it could never happen, because you got one guy that's damn near 16, damn near 60, and you got another guy that's not even 30. So we will see how that fight occurs. But I will stay tuned with it. I will stay tuned with it. Hell, I might even do a live on IG during that fight. I had to really believe in any of the fights that Jake Paul does, because for one, he's in charge of like promotion. As I mentioned, there's always a size difference. There's always a huge advantage on, why are you fighting this guy? So I just think if he's fought against a true boxer, a true boxer that's been boxing nonstop, I haven't boxed in 10 years, or I've been an MMA fighter for the past 2 years and I haven't boxed. No, I want to boxing 24/7 just the way he is. That's what I want to see him fight against. But like I said, I digress. I digress. And we'll see what that will lead for this individuals. Let's see here. We will come back. We'll do another commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin show. We're going to get into a little politics. So stay with me, friends. And yeah, don't change that dial. We're here at the Arrington Gavin show.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
All right, ladies and gents, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin show here on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. So want to start off, I want to get back into politics here. So recently, Congress held a hearing with Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle. I will just say this. It was not pretty at all, okay? Obviously, a lot of people in Congress, really from both sides, are calling for her to resign after the failed rally the failed security at the recent Trump rally, where former President Donald Trump was shot at. There was an assassination attempt, and the security was awful. It was clear as day. It was awful. Before I read a little more on what was happening, let me play the soundbite for you, and will show it for yourself on how some of the people in Congress felt about the Secret Service director. So now this was with Representative Nancy Mace out of South Carolina had to say to the Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle. Check this out.
This committee sent you a list of demands of information that we wanted. Has the Secret Service provided this committee a complete list of all law enforcement personnel that were there that day? Have you done that? Have you provided a list to the Oversight Committee? Yes or no?
I'll have to get back to you on that.
That is a no. Have you provided all audio and video recordings in your possession to this committee, as we asked on July 15th? Yes or no?
I would have to get back to you.
That is a no. You're full of today. You're just being completely dishonest. On July 15th.
I mean, woo. Ouch. I mean, did you like Nancy? She was not playing. I mean, this is a different type of politics we have in leadership. Like, they are not effing around at all. Obviously, you know, just by that clip, it showed that the U.S. Secret Service director was getting grilled by a bipartisan House committee over the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. Cheatle said herself that the shooting was the most significant operational failure at the Secret Service in decades. So, girl, you told on yourself right then and there. You know, hey, respect for, you know, taking the, you know, not, well, you have to take the hit, but for admitting of the failure that had occurred, because it says here, during the hearings, lawmakers from both parties called for Cheatle to resign, though she has declined to do so. Respect for her too, because she's like, no, I will leave on my own terms, not because you just forcing me to do so. No, I know I'm the right person for the job, but this was a big, like, look, your biggest goal, your most important objective is to keep the leader safe. Now, he is a former leader, but he still is a former, you know, he still held the presidency. He's a former Senate president, he's still a very powerful man in the United States, and he's the current Republican nominee. So what's the deal? I'm gonna tell you what else it says here. Says here that members of the committees were openly frustrated by Cheatle's answers, though she has emphasized that she cannot comment on ongoing investigations. Okay. One man, it says, was killed at the rally. 3 others were injured, including former President Donald Trump. Multiple witnesses reported seeing a man with a rifle on a rooftop minutes before shots were fired. That's the big thing right there. When you have a Secret Service detail, y'all need to expect the whole thing to make sure it's safe for the individual, that individual being Donald Trump. That side should have been secured, especially when you see the people, the spectators there were like, hey, look, wait a minute. Yeah, look right there, trying to get Secret Service attention. Nobody said anything. That shooter let off 8 rounds. He should not have let off 8 rounds. And then on top of that, Secret Service allowed Trump to, Trump said, no, wait right here. He put the fist up for his photo op. That should not have been done. That should not have been done. Then it also says here, Cheatle says multiple witnesses reported, okay, Cheatle, who had been in the job since 2022, joined the Secret Service in 95. She knows better because she has long experience on being a part of Secret Service. You know how the protocol and again, just it's a failed mission on her side, and she even said that that this was the worst operational failure in Secret Service in decades. Me personally, if she doesn't resign, they're not going to make her job any easier. I know I was watching at the RNC that they had recently. You had a lot of people who were on Congress and U.S. senators that were literally like chasing her, fussing at her while she's ignoring them. I mean, like if they were the paparazzis, like it was so crazy. But so many people are saying, hey, look, you need to resign. And both sides say it. Look, you have nobody on your side at this point. You don't, because at the end of the day, a former sitting president could have lost his life. I mean, again, what if we had a different story? Now, again, people will be getting fired back to back to back. I'm gonna digress from that story, but I want to bring up the fact that since the recent dropout of current President Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, as I mentioned earlier during the show, she is now he has endorsed Kamala Harris as the for president of the United States. Now, they still haven't had their DNC yet. That's happening in August. There have been speculations of people wanting Democratic leaderships wanting to have an open convention because they want to have more options. But in my opinion, look, Democrats, you screwed up first by not having a proper primary in the beginning. Don't make matters even worse for you the fact that you want to have more options that really check out the list of people you can go by within the next a few months. Really, the DNC is happening August 19th. That's way less than a month, but election day is happening within the next like 3 to 4 months, less than 4 months. So your timing sucks. I literally was on a program this morning speaking on that, on how yes, I'm excited that Joe Biden dropped out, because I speak on here on the show many times. I am not a fan of Donald Trump at all, but I was very excited that Joe Biden dropped out. It was going to be an easy win for Donald Trump, in my opinion. Now the fact that he dropped out, excited but frustrated because of the timing on the Democrats. This should have been a sooner process, in my opinion. But I bring the story up because ever since Kamala's now the face right now, okay, she's receiving a lot of endorsements. She's receiving a crap ton of money. And a lot of people are excited, right? I think Democrats are nervous. For one, you have a prosecutor that's going to be potentially debating a convicted felon. You have a lady who has been elected official for over 20 years. She was a district attorney. She was a sitting, a U.S. Senator. Now she's a vice president. She is well certified. So of course, when people get very nervous, what do? They start attacking. If they can't back up, really policies, they attack personally, and that's what Trump is already starting. He's already doing. He's known for the personal attacks. Recently, former President Trump on his Truth Social said, "Wow, just watching the fake news, and they're doing their very best to turn the worst president in the history of our country into a brilliant and heroic leader. He was heroic because he quit, and to turn dumb as a rock Kamala Harris from totally failing and insufficient insignificant insufficient vice president into a future great president." Insignificant. Why did I say insufficient? Insignificant vice president. Hey, y'all know this is the late show. I was up early this morning. No, it just doesn't work that way. Once again, for a almost 80-year-old white man to call a woman of color dumb as a rock, I'm sorry. You just once again, Republicans, y'all have a great candidate on your hands. Clap it up for you guys. Because that's when you know that you've hit a nerve. When he starts insulting people, man, let me tell you something. He's getting a little nervous, because see, everybody was happy seeing, that image of him. He got the bandage ear, and everybody was just all hype, and you had Hulk Hogan ripping the shirt off and whatnot. And it was a weird, interesting RNC. So I don't know what will happen next. I think I have a few I don't know. I think I might have a few minutes to play one more soundbite. I might not, but I'll just read it basically. So with CNN commentator S.E. Cupp, who is actually a Republican and political commentator, she's hosts a show called Battleground, which is a show focused on like the swing states happening in this election cycle, and she explains why Vice President Kamala Harris needs to pick she basically her strategy that she needs to occur within the election, just like a bunch of other people. And obviously she explains on picking the right VP, doing everything before the DNC and not doing it like how Trump did. He just said, okay, look, I'll make my announcement on day one of the RNC. No, she's like, do that ahead of the game, because if you want to really unify everybody, do everything and have everybody already anticipated. Because look, the money's rolling out. People want to see Kamala Harris as the next president. I'm gonna just be honest. I've already spoken with, and I know it's still very soon, but it's not soon. But I've spoken with a lot of people, and they're excited about that. There was a rumor at the time that U.S. Senator out of West Virginia, Joe Manchin, was gonna eventually go back to re-register as a Democrat in order to run, and now that's completely closed, which I think it's laughable that Joe Manchin thinks that he's a fan favorite like that. Like hey, I love the confidence, but he's there. He's there. He's known for being a very strong conservative Democrat, which hey, I have people in my family like that. It's nothing wrong with that, but he's a lone ranger right now. And he is a he now registered as an independent, which was again no shocker. He was always very moderate, and as I mentioned too, a conservative Democrat. He did always agree with his own party, and he's probably one of the most conservative men on the caucus for in the U.S. Senate, so the Democratic caucus. So again, it's interesting, but he's one of the only ones that I do know that has for one, hasn't endorsed, two, was taking back his comments that he said he was re-registering a Democrat in order to run for president. And then I'm just curious to see on the rest of the endorsements. I think that's my main focus. Who's endorsing, their reasons, and what's the process going to look now? Because again, nothing is new happening on the Trump ticket right now. It's just him and JD Vance, junior senator out of Ohio. They're on the campaign trail, obviously just talking about the individuals and not really policies. Like, they're not talking about, okay, what are you going to be doing? And I'm not talking about all finances. What are you going to be doing? So we will see, ladies and gents. We will see. But I'll tell you, so much stuff is occurring right now, and there is much more to be discussing later on within the year. Look, or not within this year. So I thank you for taking out the time out of your schedules to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. Be sure to tune in to the Arrington Gavin Show Mondays through Fridays at 11 p.m. here on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk, as well as WDJYFM.com. You can tune into this program on all digital and streaming platforms. As I mentioned before, our YouTube channel is R Smooth Club Media. R Smooth Club Media on YouTube. Subscribe, share. I truly appreciate it. Also on Rumble, if you are a Rumble subscriber, you can go to Rumble at the Arrington Gavin Show and follow us on our Instagram at the Arrington Gavin Show. Thank you. I will see you tomorrow at 11 p.m. here on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. I'm out. Take care, y'all.